So I was reading this text and I'm like, what is she talking about? She has God on her phone, and I was just thrown by that. I just heard, well, I don't know what the story is. I thought I prayed to God on the way there. Gee, maybe you could help me. I don't know what if this lady's upset about something with me, and maybe Lisa said something about things. I didn't know what to think. Well, I got there, and when I got in the house, I sat down. Very nice people, and met the many people there at the house, and I asked her, ma'am, I was confused about why you texted me, a message you texted me. I said, it could be good or it could be bad, I'm not sure. And she looked at me and she said, well, I don't even remember what I texted. Let me see your text, your phone. And I showed it to her, and I said, why did you say I have God on my phone too, and you're saved? She said, well, you started it. And I said, I didn't start anything. She said, look at your text. And I looked at my text where I had typed, I have GPS on my phone. It auto-corrected and put, I have God on my phone. Just kind of funny. Anyways, turns out she's an ordained minister as well. And, when I shared my story with her, it was quite an interesting event. And my friend Lisa was there, and it was rather emotional for me. Anyways, when I got back to Huntsville, I told the people, went to our Wednesday night meeting, which is kind of a smaller meeting. I told the group that I had something I wanted to share with everyone. And but I didn't want to have to tell the whole story there, so I said, can I do it on Sunday? And the Pastor Bobby at the church I go to now said, well, you could do it on the stage. I'll allow time for you to get up there before I do my sermon. So I got up there and gave this whole story. If you've been watching these YouTubes, it's pretty lengthy. So I used up the pastor's whole sermon hour, and at the end of my story, I announced to the congregation that I'm not resisting any longer. I'm accepting Jesus Christ right now as my personal Savior, and I have repented from my sinful life, and I'm going to try to do the right thing now and live a good life. Well, they all clapped and applauded and came up, and the pastor came up and he said, well, practice what we do. We're going to pray over you. He got out this bottle of oil, and I said, oh no, not the oil again. And the whole congregation laughed. He said, the oil is just a symbol. It's not of any power. But he anointed my head, and he prayed over me, and the whole congregation came up. There's like 40, 45 some people. They all came up and laid their hands on me and they prayed over me. And that was on July 30th. And so August 27th, the following month, I got baptized. So that's how this ended up, and that's my spiritual journey. And for those of you who know me, and know me well and know my past, the lifestyle I was living was not something that would be conducive to being a Christian. And I would like for anyone out there that has any inkling to want to find an answer, or that's missing something spiritually, or just wondered about who Jesus Christ is, don't be afraid to start the process, but be aware that if you start that search, Jesus will step in and take over and lead you where he wants you to be. So that's my story. I hope you enjoyed it.